Hi there, and welcome back to Counting the Omer 5786. This is actually my second time trying to post this video for um, uh, May 2nd to 2026, or the daytime of May the 3rd. Uh, Something went wrong with my audio, and I didn't catch it before it went live. So hopefully this one will have good audio. Before we start, I want to point out that the thing that we're counting towards is Shavuot, the giving of the Torah. It starts at sunset on the 21st of May, 2026. If you uh, don't know about Shavuot, I recommend that you go check out my Jewish Learning or rabbisachs.org to learn more about the holiday. But also, specifically, we have a tradition of staying up all night and studying, because the Torah tells us that on the night before we received the Torah, the people were gathered at the base of Mount Sinai, and they were supposed to stay awake all night long and wait, but they did not. They fell asleep. And so we do a tikkun. Tikkun means like a fixing. And so we fix the error by staying up all night and studying. So if you live in a community that has a lot of Jews, there may be an all night tikkun near you, maybe at a synagogue, maybe at a Jewish community center. Um, and it's worthwhile asking your rabbi about it or checking online. You're probably going to have to register in advance. There might be some security things that you need to do in order to be able to go. But I highly recommend going to one of these in person if you have the opportunity. Some communities, especially smaller communities, might only do a couple of hours at night. But if you have the opportunity to go to an in person, all night long study session with different speakers, it is so worth it. It is so much fun. Um, and it's amazing at the end of the night to say shacharit prayers and watch the dawn. It's a great thing. Um, if you live in a community that does not have a Tikkun Leil Shavuot, uh, either because it's just too small of a Jewish community or you don't have a rabbi close by or whatever, there is an online Tikkun Leil Shavuot with Judaism Unbound, and I didn't really look too deeply into what they're doing this year. In past years, they've done it so that they're following the night around the world. So it's basically like a 24 or 25-hour long study session with lots and lots of different amazing teachers. Um, Even if you do have a tikkun to go to where you are, because it follows the sun around the whole planet, there's going to be learning sessions at times when you're not at your local tikkun. So it's still worth looking into and checking out. I have often dipped in and out of their tikkun online to catch teachers that I specifically wanted to learn from. So there's the link for that. And maybe you have kids and you're wondering, what can I do for Shavuot if I have children? Well, PJ Library, which is an amazing resource in general for parents and families, they have an article about easy ways to celebrate Shavuot with your kids. Also, if you don't know about PJ Library and you have kids or nibblings, nieces and nephews, whatever, um, PJ Library is also a great resource because they will send free books to kids. Um, at, I have 6 grandchildren. The oldest of them is almost 17, so he doesn't get the books anymore. But the younger grandkids that are still in the age ranges that they cover, they get books. They each get their own book, when the books get sent out and they love them, it's really cool. And by the way, I'm not getting sponsored by them or anything like that. I don't have money to throw at them, so I guess you could say I'm sort of donating this pitch because because I love them and they're awesome. And yeah, you should definitely check them out. So these links will be um, in the description for this video and also on School in the page for this video. All right, let's jump in and say the blessing for the counting of the Omer for today. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us, or another way to say that is makes us holy, with mitzvot, and commands us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom echad ushloshim yom shehem arba'a shavuot ushlosha yamim la'omer. Today is day 31, which is 4 weeks and 3 days of the Omer. Berov tiferet shebehod yuducha. All right, before we jump into what all of this is about, let's say a quick blessing for Torah study. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes us holy with mitzvot, and who commanded us to busy ourselves with words of Torah. So we are now in the 5th week of the counting of the Omer, which corresponds to Hod. And this is the 3rd day of the week, which corresponds to Tiferet. So I just wanted to think about that second line we said in today's counting of the Omer. In the abundance of beauty and splendor, they will thank you. Remember that that word thank also means acknowledge. So some of the things we've learned so far, we're talking about beauty, right? The tiferet, the embellishment or glory of the root pe aleph resh, and the crown pe'er, and the idea of harmony and integration, which are themselves part of how we perceive something as being beautiful. All of that stuff shines forth in a way that is not unlike the shining of the moon in the night sky, which is precisely the metaphor that we've been using to think about Hod. This idea of an abundance of beauty shining in a reflecting pool hit me. One of the teachings of Kabbalah is that God is hidden in the world as it's made entirely of his own matter and energy. So when we see beauty, we are one fractured piece of the divine, seeing the reflection of ourselves in the other. And when we become aware of that we are all one, we experience a euphoric acknowledgement of the divine beauty. Just wanted to take a breath and think about that and sit with that for just a moment in this day of Tiferet Shebehod. Thank you so much for studying with me today. I look forward to hearing you. Thank you to the person who alerted me to the fact that there was no audio on this video. I will see you tomorrow.